Okay, so we're going to start our session. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this session about Queen's University Belfast. My name is Fernanda Galarraga, and I am part of the Innova Education team. In case you don't know us, we can help you with your application process to Queen's University Belfast. We can also guide you through the different scholarship options and help you with your visa process. And all of this guidance is for free. We would appreciate if you can please turn off your microphone and your camera as well. You can write all your questions in the chat box and we will answer them in the end. Here with us today is Simon Tarrington, the Regional Manager for Latin America with Queen's University Belfast. Thank you, Simon, so much for joining us today, and I leave the presentation to you.
Thank you, Fernanda. Thanks so much, everyone, for attending this presentation on Queen's University Belfast. My name's Simon Tarrington, and I actually live in Latin America. I live in Colombia, so I'm the regional representative for Queen's University. So effectively, I help and support students in Argentina and lots of other countries within Latin America. So basically, guys, what I'm going to do is just give you an overview of Queen's University. We've got a few videos to show you. I'm going to talk about kind of really the important considerations when you're thinking about studying at Queen's and in the UK. Now, actually, it's interesting that Queen's University is situated in Northern Ireland, which is obviously a different study destination to what many students are used to. But it's got some really, really big advantages. It's a wonderful place to study. So I'm just going to start by showing you a video, and then we're going to go into detail about why Northern Ireland is such a good place to study. So let me just show you this video now. So I think that gives us a really good idea of Queen's University and the atmosphere, the campus, location, and Queen's University is situated in Northern Ireland. There's only 2 universities in Northern Ireland, so there's some fantastic opportunities for international students to gain some work opportunities, live in a unique country that has so many good opportunities for students. And Northern Ireland as well has the second highest amount of foreign investment from international companies outside of London. So this is really, really great, and it means there's lots of opportunities to work, particularly in technology, manufacturing and business. We'll see later the kind of companies that have invested in Northern Ireland. So we can see here that Northern Ireland is, as we know, part of the UK. So there's England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. But Northern Ireland is the most economic place to live. So compared to London, you can save yourself £5,000 per year living in Belfast, which is obviously a huge advantage when you're an international student and looking to save money. The accommodation, which is on campus, is ranked very highly, number 3 in the UK. And also Belfast is an incredibly safe place to study. Now, there's parts of Latin America that obviously have a reputation for not being as safe, but effectively Queen's is incredibly safe and very friendly. So I think the 3 most important points here are good quality university, 4 points: good quality university, cost effective, very friendly people, and secure and safe. So these are obviously really good qualities that we look for in a university when we're going to study overseas. You can see here some beautiful pictures of Northern Ireland. This is actually Antrim Coast, which is situated an hour's drive from the main campus in Belfast. And the campus has it's beautiful location. As I've said, rated one of the top 10 most beautiful campuses within the UK. You can see here, it looks like, if you kind of have an idea on what going to study in the UK looks like, then this is probably what you imagine. Huge campus, but it's kind of a mix really between old and new. So there's amazing architecture, but then there's also modern and innovative buildings, like the library, for example. It's called Maclay Library. That was built about 8 years ago and cost £50 million. So that's, you know, something like $80 million. And it's been rated one of the top 10 in the country. So Queen's is a fantastic university, basically, to study. Belfast is a very welcoming and diverse city. The population has doubled in the past 15 years. It's one of the youngest populations in Europe and also the happiest. I think, you know, working with my colleagues that live in Northern Ireland, they are very happy and have a real kind of lust for life generally, and will help and support. They love foreigners, so to help and support you whenever you need it, and that's a huge advantage. So what about Queen's University? So Queen's University is the 9th oldest in the UK, founded in 1845 actually, and it's part of the Russell Group. For those of you who don't know what the Russell Group is, it's a group of 24 very well-known universities within the UK that have research interests around the world. So that means that, for example, Queen's have got some fantastic research projects going on in cancer research, political projects. They're doing a project with the Colombian government on post-traumatic stress disorder from soldiers who were involved in the civil conflict here. They got awarded £400,000 for that, actually. And also the health school is at the cutting edge of technology, and there were a couple of professors at Queen's that supported the UK government working on a vaccine. And as we know, the UK is ahead of the game as far as vaccines. They've actually vaccinated 60% of the population, which is obviously really, really good news. Queen's is a top 200 world university and 24,000 students with 3,100 international students. We effectively concentrate everyone on, it's not as complicated as some universities because we just have 3 faculties, okay? So we have medicine, health, life sciences, which includes medicine, dentistry, biological sciences, nursing, midwifery, pharmacy. Most of those courses are open to international students, most, okay? Now, all of these courses are open to international students. We have a really, really highly ranked engineering and physical sciences department. Now, the guys, can you mute yourself? Someone came off mute, thank you. So, to give you an idea, we're rated number 2 in the UK for planning and design, okay? Construction management, we're rated very high. In architecture, we're rated in the top 10. And also, not in this school, but pharmaceutical sciences, we're ranked number 2 in the UK as well. Within this faculty, we have chemistry, electronic engineering, mechanical aerospace engineering, etc. etc. Now, probably the most popular faculty is the Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences. This is the last one. We have a very well-known management school that has programs such as kind of finance, risk management, accounting and finance. We have an MBA, which is great. And we also have the William Clinton Leadership Institute. Now, William Clinton, I'm not sure if we have any guesses as to who William Clinton is. But anyway, I'll explain a bit about this. So Bill Clinton, who was obviously ex-president of the United States, came over to Northern Ireland quite a few times to help with the peace process, which was taking place when Bill Clinton was president. This was in the mid to late 90s. And he grew to have such an affinity with Northern Ireland that in 2011, they established this William Clinton Leadership Institute. Bill Clinton's wife, Hillary Clinton, ex-First Lady, is the Chancellor of the university. So for me, it doesn't really matter what political viewpoint you stand on. It's just great to have this kind of support from obviously these from you know, names such as these that like are famous. And obviously when Bill Clinton is involved in actually helping and supporting the Leadership Institute, he can give a lot of advice, which is fantastic. And we have leadership programs that are free that help you alongside your degree program become efficient and learn how to develop yourself as a leader or entrepreneur. So that's fantastic. What are the most popular programs within Latin America? So students, look, we have over about 300 different programs at undergraduate and postgraduate level, but the most popular programs really are from applications are accounting and finance, the MBA, applied cybersecurity, and you can read these: law, city planning and design. We have a really good reputation for programs concerned with security. So we have conflict transformation and justice, global security and borders, violence, terrorism and security, because all of these programs and 25 years ago, these issues were happening in Northern Ireland. It's now totally transformed itself, very safe. Leadership for sustainable development, okay? So something about rankings and credentials, as we talked about before, #2 in the UK for pharmacy, for building town and planning as well. And then we have all these subjects within the top 20, okay? Having these kind of subjects rated as highly as they are is fantastic, because there's 160 universities, okay? So to be in the top 20 is a fantastic achievement. Effectively, it's the top kind of 8–9% of all universities in the UK. And as I've mentioned, there's 2 universities in Northern Ireland, so and we're the highest ranked university within Northern Ireland. Just to talk a little bit about opportunities, we have in the UK, when you coming from Argentina, of course, many will have European passports and then you don't have to have a visa. But if you need a visa, you can actually stay and work for 2 years. It's called the post-study work visa. And it's a new initiative that the government launched about 18 months ago. And effectively, anyone who's finished undergraduate or postgraduate can stay in the UK. So you've got some great opportunities to stay and work. This is the campus map. We can see here that what I mentioned, the Mackay Library, which is famous, and then we've got Botanic Gardens, Elm Student Village, etc. Now we have accommodation in the form of, it's called a student village, okay? We have several student villages, and as I've said, accommodation is ranked within the top 10 in the UK. So we've won awards for the accommodation. As you can see here, they're kind of blocks here where students live, and then we have several different villages. So these are all located within a 10 to 15 minute walk from the campus. And what I wanted to say about accommodation is that accommodation is not only the best as far as it ranks amongst the best, but it's also the most cost effective. Accommodation starts from around £80 per week. okay, compared to accommodation in London, which you're not going to find anything really under 120, 130. So it's a lot cheaper than living in London. Now, what I'm going to do now, everyone, is talk about this elephant in the room, which kind of means talk about something that maybe we don't want to talk about too much, but we have to talk about it, coronavirus. So I'm going to just go through some of the initiatives Queen's have got for coronavirus. I have to say Queen's is ahead of its game. First of all, 50%, guys, 50% of people in Northern Ireland, 60% of people in the UK have had at least one vaccine. Okay, it's a very different situation to Latin America. I have a brother who's in his early 40s, a younger brother, and he had his vaccine. He's got his vaccine on Monday. I'm 48 years old. All of my friends and people I know of that age have had their vaccines in the UK. So again, we're ahead of the game. We fully expect campus to be open in September. Okay, you may have to do a quarantine. At the moment, students going to the UK have to do a 10-day quarantine, particularly from red list countries. I don't know, actually, I haven't seen if Argentina is on that list, but Colombia is on the list, and Panama and Brazil and several other Central American, Latin American countries. Mexico is not currently on that list, but this list changes. So we're really hoping that Argentina isn't on that list, and then you can go. Now, what Queen's University are trying to do is allow students to go straight to campus and to quarantine on campus. They're in discussions with the government. We don't know if that's going to happen or not. Now, the other thing is you can have vaccines, because as you go as an international student, you'll be obviously subject to supply, but you'll be able to you'll be eligible for a vaccine. So that's absolutely fantastic. There's a free walk-in medical centre, free COVID tests, okay, and support and counselling services. And like I say, there's masks, there's lots of bioseguridad, and the campus is open at the moment, and we expect it to be fully open in September as well. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. Maybe we should leave them for the end for Fernanda, because we have probably about 5 minutes left, but then Fernanda's going to talk about Argentinian entry qualifications, because this webinar is particularly targeting obviously students who are from Argentina. So looking at kind of fees, so we have very competitive fees compared to other Russell Group universities. We're one of the lowest as far as tuition fees. The good news is we have guaranteed scholarships as well. They're kind of like a way free, they're discounts. So we have at postgraduate level, we have two fees. Okay, we have 17,700 and 21,400. There is an exception to this. Dentistry and medicine fees are a little bit more expensive, but everything else is within this category. Okay, and for anyone paying 17,000, we give 2,000 discount straight away, so that's 15,700. And then for anyone 21,400, we have a £3,000 discount. Okay, but we also have 4 postgraduate scholarships at 50% discount. We have convenios with CONICET, FUNED, CoFuturo. We also have an early bird ward where students who pay 10% will get reduction on fees. Who pay fees up front will get a reduction. We have a convenio as well with Pronovec in Peru. So this is all good, and students have won awards from IFAHU in Panama. We've got quite a few sponsored students coming this year. So what I want to do is show you a really nice video about leadership at Queen's and about kind of how Queen's support you and about the opportunities at Queen's. This is a really lovely video that I absolutely enjoy watching every time. And then we'll have a little bit of a talk, and then we'll conclude everything, and Fernanda will come back, okay?
scientists at Queen's are working on treatments and vaccines to try to help us all.
I just thought I didn't have a chance of going to Queen's, so I was quite shocked when they accepted me. I had a brilliant time, made loads of friends. A lot of the stories I write about now came from that time.
Queen's University of Belfast is one of the important partners of BIT in Europe.
I'm also honored to be associated with the Institute that seeks to address the global challenge of building a peaceful, secure, and inclusive world.
So guys, thanks so much for listening to my part. I'm going to hand you over to Fernanda now, who's going to talk about qualifications needed from Argentina, and then I'll be here for any questions afterwards, okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Simon, for all your information. And we are going to start the presentation. Just give me 1 second. Okay, perfect. So we're going to start. Well, thank you. First of all, thank you so much for joining us. We are very happy to have this session with our Argentinian students. We in Innova Education have helped students from Argentina for a lot of years. So we're very happy to help you in your process to applying to the University of Queen's University, Belfast, and to helping you being able to make your dreams come true and study in the UK. Okay, so as I said, my name is Fernanda Galarraga. I'm an international study advisor. I'm actually from Mexico, so I can help you guys from Argentina, but we basically help students from all over Latin America to applying for Queen's University. Okay, so now I'm going to talk a bit about the requirements you need in order to enter Queen's University Belfast in their different programs and courses. So for undergraduate entry requirements for Argentinian students, there are basically 3 ways you can apply to the undergraduate program. First of all, if you have a Bachillerato Nacional with good grades, you will have to have a foundation program. Queen's University Belfast has this option with Queen's Into International Foundation. And basically what the foundation is a program for international students that study a Bachillerato Nacional, like most of our international students in Latin America. And you need to do a foundation. This is normally it's a course that it's about 1 year, where you can improve your English level, and also you have academic courses in the subject you're interested in applying later as an undergraduate. So this is one way of applying to the undergraduate program. Also, for example, if you have started to your university in Argentina, if you are studying a licenciatura in Argentina and you're studying it for a year or more, you can also apply to the undergraduate programs in Queen's University. And lastly, if you are a student that is doing right now IB high school, in that case, you will need to have between 30 and 36 points in your IB diploma to be able to enter the undergrad programs in Queen's automatically. Also, I want to remind you that the grades required will actually change from program to program. So it's important that you enter the Queen's University course finder and find the program you're interested in so you can see the requirements. This can happen in English and with the English requirements and also with the grades you are asked to have. So it's important to look in your specific program. Okay, so now for the postgraduate entry requirements for the Argentinian students. So the entry requirements to a top master, which is una maestría normal. So those entry requirements are usually a UK upper second class, which is basically a 7.5 in your GPA in your undergraduate degree, or sometimes they ask you for a lower second class, which is a 6.5 in your GPA in your undergraduate degree. Also, if you're interested in courses like computing, finance, or management, and you, for some reason, don't meet the entry requirements, you can have a pre-master graduate diploma offered by Into. This is a course that normally is between 6 months or a year, and this helps students that don't meet the academic entry requirements for the master. This can be because you maybe studied an undergraduate degree that is not very similar to the master degree you're planning to study, or maybe because you don't have the GPA required, or because you don't meet any of the academic requirements. So you may be able to apply to a pre-master's, so you can, after that, enter your master program. Now, for students interested in undertaking a PhD, they need a good grades in their bachelor and their master's degree programs from an awarded and recognized university. And also, you need, if you're applying for a PhD, you need a strong research proposal. This is like, this is a proposal you're gonna show to your supervisor from Queen's University, so they can evaluate if they're interested and if they're able to help you with your investigation and research program. Okay, now for the language requirements. The University of Queen's University will normally need you to demonstrate a specific level of English. It normally can be an IELTS of 6.5 in an overall score and a 90 in a TOEFL IBT. They are able also to admit some other English tests, so you can go to Queen's University webpage, or you can send me or Simon an email and we can tell you if that specific English requirement test is valid. So yes, as I was saying, it's an IELTS of 6.5, a TOEFL of 90. But again, it's important to highlight this part. It can vary between a program and another. You have to see specifically for your program what is the English requirement they're asking for. Also, for students that do the IELTS or the TOEFL, but you can't reach the specific score Queen's is asking for, Queen's has a pre-university English language program, It's given by the university and INTU, and they offer a wide range of English language courses, and the duration of this program can vary between, based on your English level. So if you don't reach the English requirement aft, you can take a pre-sessional English course. Okay, so now we're going to talk a bit about the national scholarships from Argentina. At the moment, these scholarships are not they're not available for this year, but hopefully that will change. Hopefully for the next year, but we are hoping in the near future these options are available again. For Argentinian students, we have Becar, which is a beca from the Ministerio de Educación en Argentina. It works for master programs, PhD, and also short courses. Here's the webpage. You can see the information there, and here's their email in case you have any specific question for them. And there's also the option for Argentinian student about CINESET, which is the Consejo Nacional de Investigación Científicas y Técnicas. And this is a scholarship for Argentinian students that basically helps students that are interested in research. Also, as Simon just told us a bit, the University of Belfast has internal scholarships available, and also specific discounts as the early bird discount. So you can also see those options. And apart from this, there's also scholarships that are more, maybe not from the Argentina government and not from Queen's University, or some scholarships you can apply to, like the Chevening Scholarship. That is a full scholarship for students that are interested in a master, and some other scholarship that we as Innova Education can help you go through and see which are the best options for you and what can work in your specific case. Okay, so I want to thank everyone for being here. Here is my email. In case you have any doubts, we are more than happy to help you out. If you are interested in starting your application to Queen's University, also please send me an email. Here is our Facebook in case you are interested in seeing our next events. And I think that is it for my part. So maybe we can start answering some questions. Okay, so please, if anyone has any questions, I advise you to put it in the chat box. If you don't know exactly how to ask them in English, you can always ask them in Spanish, and I can. Oh, Simon actually understands pretty good Spanish and also speaks it, so we're gonna wait a few more seconds to see if anyone has any questions.
Sí, como Fernando nos dijo, yo puedo hablar español también, entonces si ustedes tienen algunas preguntas, estamos aquí para ayudarlos. Entonces, no tienes miedo, no, estamos, somos súper amables, la verdad.
Hi, how
Yo
are
acabo de
you?
entrar y no entendí. Hola, yo acabo de entrar.
Se me hace que te estamos perdiendo un poquito. Entonces, si quieres, lo puedes mandar por el chat y por aquí empezamos a contestar las preguntas, porque sí, como que te perdimos un poco.
I think we both started to talk at the same time.
Mm.
I'm sorry, my connection is bad. Nada, yo recién me sumo y no entendí mucho de lo que estaban hablando.
¿Con qué te podemos ayudar? ¿Qué fue lo que no entendiste?
Recién me sumé y estaban hablando de la última diapositiva.
En ese caso, si te perdiste toda la presentación, no te preocupes. A todos los que se hayan registrado a la sesión, les vamos a mandar el correo con esta grabación de la sesión y de cualquier manera lo vamos a subir a nuestro Facebook. Entonces, para que puedas ver toda la información que te perdiste.
Gracias.
Okay, so Simon, we have our first question. A student asked, is the fee for accommodation £80 per week?
It starts, it depends. There's really a varied kind of, there's a range of fees, Fernanda, because effectively £80 is the cheapest we have. It's not necessarily available to everyone because obviously they're quite competitive, but the prices go up to about 160 a week. So it depends on what kind of accommodation you're looking for, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I would like to know more about the languages programs at the university, because that is what I'm studying here in Argentina. So I would like to do an MBA in the future related to that subject. So I would like to know that more information about the languages programs.
We don't, I mean, languages as in kind of a foreign language, or languages as in English?
No, in English.
Okay, languages. So you're talking about doing some language study before you start the program? Before you start your... Okay, yeah, perfect. We do have some, they're called pre-sessional English. I mean, you seem to have great English, you know, so maybe it's not necessary, but we do have some pre-sessional English. The minimum time, I think, is 8 weeks. Then there's a 16-week program, so you're more than welcome to study that before you study your MBA, yes.
Okay. And what about MBAs in linguistics, literature?
No, we have an MBA, which is a Master of Business Administration, focused on business, leadership, entrepreneurship, kind of human resource management, accounting, but we don't have it in other subject areas, unfortunately. It's a pure MBA, and it's really good quality and well ranked. So, but I'm afraid we don't have it in other subject areas, no.
Okay, but I can study English before I start my MBA, for example.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem, thank you.
Also, if you're interested in receiving more information about the specific masters you can apply to, we're more than happy to help you. You can send us an email and we can talk about your options and to see what we can do in order for you to study whatever you want to study. We have another question. Can you tell us something about the ranking of the university in the different study areas?
Sure, we've already, I mentioned that as part of my presentation, actually. We have something like 20 study areas where we're ranked within the top 20 in the UK. There's 160 universities. So look, just to give you an idea of the highest ranked programs, dentistry #3 in the UK, city planning and design and building #2 in the UK, #2 for pharmaceutical sciences, and number 8 or 9 for architecture. Civil engineering, of course, is in the top 20. And we have all these rankings, which are absolutely excellent. Effectively, we're ranked within the top 200 in the world, and there's 25,000 universities within the world. So it's a really good ranking. That's for Times Higher ranking. And yeah, so that's a bit about ranking, basically.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Flor asks us, I'm just wondering if there's any age limit?
Age limit, no. I mean, look, we would normally require students to be 17 years old, minimum age. Maximum, we take students who, I don't know how old the oldest student is at the university, but if someone was 99 and wanted to apply, we would offer them a place, no problem.
Perfect, that's good to know. Nadine asks us, ¿hay límite de edad? Yo estoy en la mitad de mi carrera. Pues Nadine, un poquito lo que Simon dijo ahorita, ¿no? Mientras seas mayor de 19 no va a haber problema con esta parte. Verónica Álvarez. Okay, so Simon, she asked us, she graduated from her undergraduate degree in December, but she still doesn't have her degree. Am I eligible for a master?
Sí, por supuesto. No sé si, ¿cómo se llama el estudiante que está preguntando eso? Marilyn, no, porque estaba en español, no sé si es mejor que contesta en español. Básicamente, puedes aplicar sin problemas, postular y todo sin problemas, porque la idea es para tener todo listo antes. Quieres ir, pero por el momento, si estás aplicando en este momento, la próxima como fecha de inicio de la universidad es septiembre. Me supongo que de pronto estás un poco tarde para tener todo listo por este septiembre, entonces lo que puedes hacer es aplicar por el otro año, 2022. Y si tienes todos los papeles listos en, digamos,
cuadraditos también usted,
marzo o abril.
Bastante cuadraditos.
Hay que tiene su micrófono abierto.
No, si hay alguien que está, si puedes poner tu micrófono en silencio, sí, gracias. Espero que esta es una buena respuesta.
Sí, muchas gracias, Simon. Y pues sí, un poquito lo que te explica Simon, Verónica, nosotros en Nova Education te podemos aplicar sin realmente tener el título, se puede aplicar a la Universidad de Queens sin tener el título. Obviamente para cuando inicies tus estudios ya vas a tener que tener el título, pero podemos aplicar aunque todavía no lo tengas, y esto también puede aplicar con el certificado de inglés. Ok, tenemos aquí otra duda. ¿Hay clases de inglés gratis en alguna aplicación que pueda recomendar para la preparación del TOEFL o IELTS?
Yo no, es más para ti, Fernanda, creo, porque nosotros tenemos inglés on campus y se cuesta básicamente. Entonces, la pregunta es, no sé si ustedes en Over como cuando hay cosas en inglés que de pronto querían estudiar. Porque básicamente el curso, pero secuestro hay un costo por eso.
Sí, pues nosotros te podemos recomendar, obviamente, todo lo que es lo que es TOEFL y IELTS tienen opciones donde puedes hacer prácticas para presentar sus exámenes específicos. También hay aplicaciones como por ejemplo Duolingo para practicar tu inglés. Entonces, sí, yo creo que meterte a las páginas de TOEFL y IELTS tienen muchas opciones para practicar. Muchas de ellas son gratuitas, algunas sí tienen costos, pero es cosa de buscar la opción que mejor te convenga. Okay, so Flor is asking, I'm originally from Nicaragua, but I've lived in Argentina for more than 17 years. Is there any chance for me on this situation?
I mean, anyone can apply, but if you're asking if there's going to be a fee discount, no, it's the same fee really for anyone, and even British citizens like myself. If you've been living out the UK for more than 3 years, you have to pay international fees. So like I say, what we do is offer scholarships, but we would welcome your application. It doesn't matter where you come from, but to actually get a reduced kind of home fee is very difficult at the moment, because even passport holders who have Italian, Spanish, Italian, European passports will not be able to get subsidized fees, unfortunately. So the prices are very good compared to other universities in the UK, and also compared to the United States, for example, and other countries. But so you're just going to have to pay the international student fee effectively. But like I say, there are opportunities to have scholarships, which are good.
Okay, perfect. And also, Flor, this presentation was for students that have studied have the academic requirements from Argentina. In case you studied your undergraduate degree in Nicaragua, you will have different academic requirements, and we can help you with that. You can send us an email and we can discuss the specific academic requirements for Nicaragua. Valeria Cardoso asks us, hola, yo estoy en mi último año de licenciatura Administración. ¿Cómo se sabe lo de becar? Porque la página dice 2016. Sí, Valeria, nosotros también la checamos recientemente y todavía no ha habido noticias para este año. Esperamos nosotros que el gobierno de Argentina vuelva a reivindicar estas becas y opciones para ustedes. Este año, como te digo, no hay, pero esperemos que el próximo esto pueda cambiar. Pero la verdad es que esta parte nosotros no la sabemos. Con mucho gusto pueden mandarles un correo a ellos y pueden tener mucha más información al respecto. Nadina asks us, sorry, does the university have a degree in document examiner expert, calligrapher, or some master about this career?
Do they have can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yes. Does the university have a degree in document examiner expert or calligrapher?
No, sorry, we don't have that. Sorry.
Okay. Flor asks us, I suppose the requirements change depending on the country. Yes, specifically the academic requirements and the GPA can vary from country because sometimes they are graded differently. Okay, and I think those were all the questions we had. So yeah, I thank you again, Simon, for joining us, and
thank you so much, everyone. Muchas gracias a todos, and Fernanda, we'll talk afterwards. And thank you so much for your time, everyone. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you, Simon.
Sorry, may I ask one last question?
Mm-hmm.
This is Nicolas speaking. I wanted to ask, what's the most common way of covering studies in terms of costs? Is there any internship programs you're affiliated with, or what's the most common way of covering costs for the studies?
Do you want to answer? I mean, Fernanda, I don't have any external. I mean, look, we have some, as I've said, Nicholas, we have some discounts on all of our programs. So you get a 15% discount, plus we have some scholarships available as well, up to 50% of tuition. We don't have any in Argentina. I'm not sure what funding opportunities exist, but we have, so with some countries we have agreements with government sponsors, for example, but we don't have in Argentina. So I'm not sure if Fernando could recommend anything else, but for me, I think you'd have to look at what your budget is, and then, like I say, we do have some scholarships, but they're not full scholarships. So you know, because the case of kind of probably with Fernanda, working out what your budget is and working out if you know, you have sufficient to cover the kind of costs. Now, when you get to Queen's, you can work for 20 hours a week, which gives a good bit of, you know, can give you some income. And then, like I say, you have this post-study work visa, which means you can work afterwards as well. So there's some really good opportunities, but I suppose you do have to have some amount of money to be able to consider this, because we don't give 100% scholarships. The maximum amount is 50% scholarship, which would mean, I'm not sure what peso is in Argentina, but it would mean that in dollars, if you're thinking of dollars, then we would have to it would be about, in US dollars, the minimum amount would be something like $10,000, $12,000, you know, a year. That would be if you have the scholarship available.
Mm-hmm. And from our part, just to complement a bit of what Simon said, yes, there's internal scholarships. There are also external scholarships like Chevening and some other scholarship that can help you with your funding. Also, you can work while you're studying. A lot of students choose to do this in order to have some extra money where they live there. But yeah, if you want to talk about the specific scholarships you can apply to, depending on your master course, you can send us an email and we can discuss the options with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We have one more question from Franco. How many Latin American students do you actually have studying in Queen's University?
We have around 50 or so Latin American students, actually. So we had about 25 enroll in September 2020, but we have another 25, 30 on campus, and this year we're looking to enroll around another 30. So yeah, the numbers are growing.
That's good to know. Okay, so I think we don't have any more questions. And if anyone has more questions or wants to have a session, you can always send us an email and we will contact you to arrange this. So thank you, Simon, again, and thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fernanda. Thank you, Jack, and thank you, the team. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.
Gracias por unirse. Bye.
Thanks for. Bye. Thanks.